Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany and today we're going to talk about my September TBR. So I have a pretty ambitious TBR for September, especially because the past couple of months I really have only been reading about 4 books on average per month. But while I'm okay with that, I do have a lot of book clubs and group reads and things that I would like to participate in the month of September. And sometimes when I set this big TBR for myself, I actually do end up reading more. So I'm going to try that this month and we'll just see how it goes. To get started, I'm going to talk about the book that I'm currently reading that I will be finishing in September, and that is Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox. Amanda Cox is one of my favorite authors. She writes Christian, dual timeline stories that usually have some sort of mystery in them. This one is dual timeline, present day and World War II time period, and it's surrounding a lighthouse and a mystery about the light keeper and his daughter. And the present timeline is a woman who's restoring this lighthouse. It's set on an island outside of North Carolina, and so I am loving it. And I just love Amanda Cox and her writing. She always has good faith content and a good mystery and just really good historical elements, and I just love that. So I'm excited about this one. Next on my list is another historical fiction, and that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. This is for my in-person book club, and I have been really looking forward to reading this one. I'm excited about it. It is kind of chunky, but I think I have the audio available, so I'm going to try to maybe tandem or just go back and forth between the physical book and the audio book. But I'm excited to read this for my book club and discuss it with those ladies. The next book on my list is For a Lifetime by Gabriel Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Timeless series, and I hadn't really planned on reading it this month, but I've heard people say that you should read this book with a friend, and I didn't really know if anyone I knew is on this same, like the 3rd book. So I know a lot of people that I would love for them to read this series, but they haven't started it yet. And then I know a lot of people who have read the 3rd book, but I didn't know if anyone else still needed to read the 3rd book, and that's kind of where they were at. But I saw that Jess over at Pages and Grace put this on her September TBR, and so I think we're going to buddy read it together. That way we can kind of discuss it as we go, just because that always makes it better. And I really, really love these books, but sometimes it can be slower for me to get into them in the beginning. Sometimes I need to just reread some things, but I always end up loving them. I've given both the 1st and the 2nd book 5 stars. She just does an excellent job at like putting good faith content in and surprising me and making me emotional, and I just love these books, so I'm really, really excited to read this with Jess. Okay, the next one is the Revive book club pick for the month of September, and that is Up from Dust by Heather Kaufman. This is a biblical fiction about Martha, and I'm so excited to read this. This will be my first biblical fiction book that I've ever read, and I really wanted to read some biblical fiction this year, so I'm excited that Revive is like making me do that. So if you didn't know about Revive, that is Keisha with A Book Like You, her Christian book club that is every other month, and every other book club is either a fiction or a nonfiction Christian book. And so I'm so excited to participate and read this book and just see what I think about biblical fiction. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, the next book on my list is for a new Patreon that I just joined and I'm so excited about, and that is Jordan at Jordan Elaine, her Patreon that she just started. The group read for that for September is Assistant to the Villain. This, I don't know how to explain this book. I think it's like fantasy, but it also just sounds like it's gonna be so funny and like a little bit of romance, but I don't know. It just sounds like it's going to be a really funny story, so I'm really looking forward to it. Also, it's like a really floppy, good sized paperback, and so I'm excited about that. But if you didn't know that Jordan started a Patreon, I will link her video below because it's just so exciting. She's put a lot of work into it. It's so cute, and she just has so many fun things planned. So definitely check that out if you haven't. And I'm looking forward to trying something a little new for me. Okay, another book club read. I'm telling you, every book on my list, except for maybe one, is some sort of either buddy, group, book club, something. So that's really exciting that there's so many in September. So anyway, another book club is the Comfy Cozy Book Club that Hannah at the Teachers TBR hosts, and that month, this month's read is Cherry Pie or Die. I don't remember the author, but I'm going to put a picture here. I do have this on my Kindle, and it is a cozy mystery, which those are kind of hard for me sometimes. I don't always enjoy them, but I have enjoyed some, or really just one that I really, really liked. But I'm excited to try more, and the synopsis of this one, which I don't have in front of me right now, but it really drew me in. I think I might really like this one, and the cover is adorable. Cherry pie sounds so good. I'm definitely gonna make some sort of cherry treat. That's my task for the Comfy Cozy Book Club for September. I just love this book club. It's so cute and so much fun and so creative and just cozy. Like, it's just adorable. So yes, I plan on reading this one for Hannah's book club, and I hope it's a cozy that I really like. Okay, another Patreon book club that I would like to participate in this month is Krista at Books and Jams. I am a member of her Patreon and haven't been able to read the past couple of months' books just because I haven't been reading a lot and they just didn't make my priority list and I didn't get to them. But this month in her Patreon, we're reading The Diamond Eye. I think this is by Kate Quinn. I did not write any authors down. Anyway, it sounds really good. It sounds like I think it's historical. I know this is following a sniper. I think a woman who became a sniper. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know much about it, but I definitely was interested and would like to participate in Krista's book club. So I'm going to try to get this one maybe on audio or from my library and just see if I can get that one in as well. Okay, the next read along that I would like to participate in is with Tiffany at Beautiful Minutia. In her Discord, she is doing a read along of Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, and I've actually really been wanting to read Dostoevsky, and I don't know why. It just keeps coming up in my mind, and I'm like, I should try. I feel like I might enjoy his books. I don't know why. I don't read a lot of classics. I would like to though. So I don't know. It just keeps coming up in my mind. And then Tiffany posted a video, and I'll link that below, just about if you've kind of been thinking about it. And I was like, I actually have been thinking about it. And so it was really encouraging in that video. And so yeah, I want to try. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to read along with other people as they're reading it so that I can ask questions or just have some people to communicate about it with. So I am going to try to read Crime and Punishment in September as well. I told you this TBR is ambitious, so we will see what happens. But I'm looking forward to trying that out and seeing how it goes. Okay, the only book on my list that isn't a buddy read, group read, book club is The Day the World Came to Town by Jim DeFeed. I don't know. I didn't read his name before I started this video, but this is a nonfiction book about 9/11 and Gander, Newfoundland, and this is I think where a lot of planes ended up having to land on 9/11 when air travel stopped, and I've just heard some good things about it. It's very short, it's a nonfiction, but since it's September, I thought I wanted to read this month, and it just sounds like a good book filled with stories from that day, from the people who had to stay here, or the people who live here and like welcomed people in. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. Okay, the last 2 books on my list are books that I don't need to finish in September, but I might start them. Judging by my big stack of books that I do want to finish in September, I might not start them, but I wanted to go ahead and share them now. First one on that list is James Herriot's All Creatures Great and Small. This is a nonfiction book. James Herriot, I believe, was a veterinarian and a Christian. I don't really know what to expect with this, but this is for Read Aloud Revival book club. It's like a homeschool family book club. This is the mom's book club pick, and it's like a quarterly type of book club, so we can read it throughout the quarter. So this is for fall. So I'd like to maybe start it, I don't know though if I will, until October. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to just reading this and seeing what it's all about. I know a lot of people have loved it, so I'm excited about that. Okay, the last book I'm so excited about because my daughter and I have decided to start like a classics book club, although at this point it's just her and I, and we're totally fine with that. So it's really like a buddy read, but we want to kind of consistently do this. So we're doing it every other month starting mid-October. So I'm including this book in my September TBR just because I might need to start it at the end of September, because we are planning on like just going out for dessert or dinner to kind of celebrate reading this book and talking about it. That's kind of our like loose plans for our book club. That's just a mom and daughter thing. Anyway, I'm so excited. We want to read like some classics that are like middle grade or young adult or just girly classics that we wanted to read. So we're starting with Anne of Green Gables. This copy is an edition that my grandparents got me in, I think 2001. So my grandparents got me this in 2001. It's so cute. It's the Hallmark Books edition. It's like a velvet. Anyway, I never read it. I've never read Anne of Green Gables. So I do have another copy, the Puffin and Bloom collection. So my daughter will read one of them and I'll read one of them. And we plan on just treating ourselves in October and talking about this book once we're finished. So I'm so excited about that. I think the next 2 that we plan on doing, so like it'll be December, we're gonna read Little Women, which I am so excited about that as well. And then in February, we're going to read Pride and Prejudice. So that's kind of our plans, and those are the classics on our list so far. And I'm just really looking forward to this time with her, and just celebrating reading and reading some good classics that we both would like to read. Okay, so those are the books that I'd like to read in September, and that seems like so much, but you never know what might happen. I'm really actually excited about all of these and really looking forward to them. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll read. I don't even know how many I just talked about, but maybe I'll read them all. So you'll have to check back next month and see in my wrap up what I actually read. Like if I made it to any or all of these. I definitely will read some of them. But so I'm so excited about that. Let me know if you're planning on participating in any of these buddy read, group read, book clubs, because there's a lot going on in September, and it's just so exciting and fun and perfect for fall to just be reading all the time. So Pray for me that I will be able to read these, and I can't wait to share my thoughts with you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.